Students, welcome to the class. So, in this class, we'll learn the matrix notation for symmetry elements. Okay. By the knowledge of matrices and by the knowledge of symmetry elements, so we could generate a matrix notation for all the symmetry elements. Okay. So, it is an important topic. First, before going to the matrix notation for symmetry elements, we must have some knowledge regarding the matrices. So first we will go for the definition of the matrices and the types of the matrices. Then we will go for the matrix notation for the symmetry elements. So what is matrix? So when you go for the definition of matrix, so a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers or symbol for the numbers. Okay. So these numbers or the symbol for the numbers are arranged in rows and columns. Okay. And the array of rows and columns is enclosed in a square bracket. Okay. For example, you can go of any dimension. Either it may be a okay. So the number of rows. So these are the rows and these are the columns. Any number of rows and any number of columns may be there. Okay. So a matrix may be a rectangular array. Okay. For example, so number of rows is indicated by the M. Okay. Number of rows are indicated by the N. So if order of the based on the number of columns and the number of rows, okay, we can determine the dimension of the matrix. So there are varieties of matrices. Okay. So when you go for the rectangular matrix, the number of rows is not equal to the number of rows, where M is the number of rows and N is the number of columns. For example, the matrix of the type 4 into 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is of the order 4 into 3. There are 4 columns, 4 rows and 3 columns. So it is example for rectangular matrix. So when you go for the types of matrix, there are number of types of matrices. When you go for the types of matrix, okay, first we will go for the row matrix. Okay. So what is row matrix? So row matrix means the matrix is consisting of only one row and any number of columns. For example, only one row, 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, whatever may be. So it consisting of only one row. There are 4 columns there. This is of the order 1 into 4. 1 represents the row and 4 represents the columns. So and column matrix. So what is column matrix? So column matrix means the matrix which consisting of only one column and any number of rows. Okay, so this will be represented as A, B, C, D. So there are 4 rows but only one column. This is of the order 4 into 1. There are 4 rows and only one column. Okay. Next, null matrix or zero matrix. So it may be either it may be a square matrix or any rectangular matrix in which okay all the elements of the matrices are 0. For example, you can go for the order 2 into 2. So all the elements are 0. 2 into 2. Or it may be a number of rows or number of columns may not be equal. So next we will go for the square matrix. What is square matrix? So when you go for the square matrix, number in a square matrix, okay, the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. Okay, the both rows and columns must be equal. Okay, the square matrix of the dimension 2 into 2. For example, A, B, C, D. This is of the order 2 into 2, 2 rows and 2 columns. If the order 3 rows and 3 columns, A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So this is of the order 3 into 3. Like that 4 into 4, etc. Okay, this is called the square matrix. So next, diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix. A diagonal matrix is one, okay, which all the elements of the matrices are 0 except diagonal elements. For example, if the order of the 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. This is of the order 2 into 2, sorry, 1, 0, or it may not be 1, otherwise it becomes unit matrix 2, 0, 0, 3. So this is of the order 2 into 2. So similarly, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3. So this is of the order 3 into 3. So diagonal matrix, it is a square matrix. All the elements are 0 except of the diagonal elements. So next, scalar matrix. So scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix in which all the diagonal elements are same type. Okay, all the diagonal elements are same. For example, in the 3 to 3 dimensional matrix, okay, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2. So if the order of the 2, 3, this is of the order 3 into 3. When you go for the order of 2 into 2, 5, 0, 0, 5. So this is scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix in which all the diagonal elements is same type. Next we'll go for the unit matrix. Unit matrix. So unit matrix, okay, is also called the identity matrix. It is also called the E matrix or identity matrix. Okay, it is a scalar diagonal matrix. It is a scalar. It is a diagonal matrix first. Then it is a scalar matrix in which all the diagonal elements are equal to 1. All the diagonal elements are 1. All other elements are 0. When you go for the order 2 into 2, 1, 0, 0. Well, this is of the order 2 into 2. When you go for the order 3 into 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is of the order 3 into 3. So this is how, these are the basis of the matrices. So different types of the matrices. Then we'll go for the properties of the matrices, which is very, very important to go for the, so matrix notation for the symmetry limits. Properties of matrices. 1. Addition and subtraction of matrices. Addition and subtraction of matrices. Okay. Any two matrices can be added or subtracted if and only if they are of the same order. For example, A and the B are the two matrices. Those can be added or subtracted only those two matrices order is same or dimension is same. For example, A is the matrix of the order I into J, where I is the row number of rows and J is the number of columns. Okay, this can be added or can be subtracted with the matrix B, okay, of the order Ij. Okay, that answer is C. Okay, answer C. It is also of the same order I into J or Ij. So this is the first properties of the, okay, matrices. Next we will go for the equal matrices. Second matrices is the equal matrices. Second property, equal matrix. Equal matrices. The two matrices, okay, A and B are said to be equal if and only if the elements of the A must be equal to the elements of the B. For example, if matrices A is equal to B, okay, so then elements, if their first condition is those must be same order, okay, then we can go for the equate the elements of the A with the B. For example, A is the matrix with the A11, that is equal to A11, A12, A21, A22. B is the matrix, so which is equal to 2 minus 1, 0, 3. See, if A is equal to B, then A11 answer is equal to 2, A12 is equal to minus 1, A21 is equal to 0, A22 is equal to 3. So this is what the, okay, second property of the matrix. Okay, third important property, matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. Okay. So in matrix multiplication, the two matrices A and B are multiplicable if and only if the number of columns of A must be equal to the number of rows B. Note that, very, very important. The two matrices A and B must be multiplicable Okay, A multiply with the B. Okay, if and only if, okay, the number of columns of A must be equal to the number of rows of B. Okay. For example, A is the matrix of the order 4 into 3. There are 4 rows and 3 columns, and the B is the matrix with the order of 3 into 2. Then that will be gives us to the answer C matrix, in which, okay, number of columns of A will be cancelled with the number of rows of B, then the C matrix will be result of the order 4 into 2. That is the 4 rows and 2 columns. Okay, we will take with the examples. Okay, the matrix multiplication we will take with the example. So we can consider the A matrix. A is the matrix with the, okay, 4 rows, A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, A41, A42, A43. Okay. So there are 4 rows into 3 columns. Okay. This is the A matrix. Then we'll go for the B matrix. B matrix of the order 3 into 2. So there must be 3 rows. Okay. This is B11, B12, B13, sorry, B13. Then B21, B22, B23. Then B31, B32, B33. So if you multiply with the A into B, the answer will be C. Okay. C is the matrix of the order, since this is a 3 into, sorry. So we'll go for the, so in order to identify the changes, I will, sorry. Thank you. Okay, we'll continue with the matrix multiplication. Okay, when under the properties of the matrices, okay, how to do the matrix multiplication? Matrix multiplication. So in order to do the multiply the two matrices, okay, say matrix A and matrix B, the number of columns of matrix A must be equal to the number of rows of matrix B. If there are two matrices A and B, then the number of columns of A, for example, A is the matrix of the order 4 into 3 and B is the matrix of 3 into 2, we will get the C matrix will be the answer of the order 4 into 2. 3 will be cancelled. So number of columns, this is the 4 is the rows of the A matrix, 3 is the number of columns. The number of columns of A must be equal to the number of rows of B. So that means 3, both are equal, and the resulting matrix will be 4 into 2. So we will work out this one because it is very important properties of the matrix. Okay. So when you go for the A matrix is equal to 4 rows, A11, A12, A13, 3 columns. Then second row, A21, A22, A23. Then third row, A31, A32, A33. Okay. Then 4 rows, fourth row, A41, A42, A43. So B is the matrix of order 3 into 2. So there are number of rows is 3. Okay. When you go for the number of 3 rows, 3 B11, B12, B11, B12, then B21, B22, B23, sorry, B31, B32. So you will be getting the, this will be the order of 4 into 3. This is the order of 3 into 2. Okay. You will get the resulting matrix C in the order 4 into 2. So C will be the answer. C is equal to, so 4 into 2. There are 4 rows and 2 columns. C11, C12, C21, C22, C31, C32, C41, C42. Okay. How it it will be the C11 will be obtained. The C11 answer is obtained by taking the first row of the matrix A and first column of the matrix B. To multiply the A11 with the, you have to do the summation of the multiplication of the elements A11 B11 plus A12 B21 plus A13 B31 will be gives the answer C11. I will write how exactly the C11 will become. C11 will becomes A11 B11 plus A12 B21 plus A13 B31. Similarly, how the C12 will be obtained? C12 will be obtained by choosing the first row of the matrix A and the second column of the matrix B. Okay. So C12 will be obtained by taking A11 B12 plus A12 plus B22 plus A13 B32 is the answer. Similarly, we will be getting the C21, C22, C31, C32, etc. So this is what the matrix multiplication. In order to do the matrix multiplication, the number of columns of first matrix A matrix must be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix B. Okay. So with this knowledge, we will go for the generation of the matrix notation for the symmetry elements. Okay. As I told, by the knowledge of matrix is as well as the symmetry elements, we can derive the matrix notation for each and every matrix. Okay. So first I will write the heading matrix notation for symmetry elements. First we go for the E matrix. E matrix. E matrix means identity matrix. Okay. We know that means in order to get the E matrix, we have to go for the choosing a point P in the Cartesian coordinate system having a Cartesian coordinates in terms of x, y, z. Then you do the identity operation and observe the final changes happened for the Cartesian coordinates of initial one. Okay. Then according to that one, you mark the changes and write it in the form of equation, finally in the form of matrices, and get the matrix. This is what the procedure to get the matrix notation. Okay, this you can understand by taking an example. Consider a point P. So this is the point P with the initial coordinates of this point x1, y1, z1. This is the point P with the initial coordinates x1, y1, z1. You do the identity operation. This is the initial coordinates of any molecule you can consider. Okay, in general I will consider a point P. Okay, now you do the identity operation. Identity operation. After the identity operation, the point P changes to the coordinates x2, y2, z2. So this is the final changes after the identity operations. So we have to understand what is identity operation, what changes we can mark for a point P. Since identity operation is a doing nothing operations or leave it alone operation, there is no changes in the final coordinates x2, y2, z2. Rather, those are equal to the initial coordinates x1, y1, z1. There is no changes in the x2, y2, z2 since it is a identity operations. Okay, write the changes happened for the final point P. Okay, in terms x2 is equal to x1 since there is no changes in the coordinates, y2 is equal to y1, z2 is equal to z1. Okay. I will write here in this vertical form. Okay, x2 is equal to x1, y2 is equal to y1, z2 is equal to z1. Okay. The x2 is equal to x1 can be written 1 into in the equation form 1 into x1, sorry, x2 is equal to 1 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus 0 into z1. So next I can also write the y2 is equal to y1. The answer will be same if you write like this: 0 into x1 plus 1 into y1 plus 0 into z1. Similarly, when you go for the z2, z2 is equal to 0 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus 1 into z1. So this you keep it as the equation number 1, this you keep it as the equation number 2, this one as equation number 3. So this is the equation which is obtained by a matrix multiplication. We know very well that one. Then you write it in the form of matrices. Combine the equation 1, 2 and 3 and write it in the form of matrix multiplication as we earlier worked out. So now x2, y2, z2 is the column matrix is equal to write it in the form of matrix multiplication so that after multiplication you will get this answer. How you can write 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 into x1 y1 z1. If you do the multiplication 1 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus 0 into z1, the answer will be 1 into x1. Okay, so that means like that: 0 into x1 plus 1 into y1 plus 0 into z1. First row, first column. Second row, first column. Third row, first column. So answer will be the 3 equation. This representation you keep it as equation 4. From equation 4, okay, the unit matrix is unit matrix or E matrix is represented as 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is of the order 3 into 3. Okay, so this is what the matrix representation for the identity matrix or a E matrix. So now we'll go for the next representation, that is the matrix representation for sigma operation. That means for the reflection plane, matrix representation for the sigma operation. So that is called the sigma matrix. Matrix notation for sigma matrix. So we know that means we have to what is the plane of symmetry, how to take a reflection plane. Okay, then we have to work out the what changes will happen for the initial coordinates x1 y1 z1 of point P. Okay, so we know that means sigma operation is nothing but passing a reflection plane and taking a reflection. Okay, that means the reflection plane must be collinear with one of the Cartesian reflection planes, sigma xy, sigma yz or sigma zx. Okay, first you write the Cartesian coordinates. This is x1, this one is the y1, so this one is the z1. Okay, so now consider a point P with initial coordinates x1 y1 z1. So in 3 ways you can collinear. That means you can write the matrix notation for the sigma xy plane. That means in which the taking a reflection plane is collinear with the xy plane of the Cartesian state. Or you can write the sigma matrix notation for the yz plane. That means sigma yz matrix or sigma zx matrix. That means if you write the sigma yz matrix, the yz plane is collinear with the reflection plane is collinear with the yz plane of the Cartesian system. Similarly, so zx plane is collinear with the zx plane of the Cartesian coordinate. You have to take one reflection plane. Okay, so that must be collinear with one of the Cartesian Cartesian reflection plane or the Cartesian planes. The Cartesian planars are either xy plane, or it may be a yz plane, or it may be a zx plane. Okay. Now I will choose the only one. Based on that, we can derive the matrix notation for the another two. Okay. Now assume that reflection plane, consider reflection plane is collinear with xy plane. xy plane of Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. Consider a point P. It is you can work out as earlier. Consider a point P of initial coordinate x1, y1, z1. So now you take a reflection along xy plane, then point P changes to coordinate x2, y2, z2. Yes. Okay. So what changes you can expect when you're taking a reflection? That means reflection plane is the paper itself is the xy plane. Assume that one. The reflection plane is collinear with the xy plane. There is no changes in the x and the y coordinates. But when you take the reflection, the point P will comes in the z direction, in opposite direction. That means in a minus direction, minus z direction. There is no changes in the x and the y coordinates, but there is a changes in the z2 coordinate, which is equal to the minus z1, because the reflection is taking perpendicular to the this xy plane. So that means what is the changes? Mark the or write the changes. There is no changes in the x2 since the reflection is taking along the xy plane. x2 is equal to x1, y2 is equal to y1, but z2 is equal to minus z1 because reflection is taking perpendicular to the xy. There is a changes in the z coordinate and in a negative direction. So this you can write it in the equation form as we know already. Okay, how to write? x2 is equal to 1 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus 0 into z1. Similarly, y2 is equal to 0 into x1 plus 1 into y1 plus 0 into z1. z2 is equal to minus z1 minus 1, that is 0 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus minus 1 into z1. This is equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. Okay. So now write, okay, combine the equation 1, 2 and 3, write it in the form of matrix multiplication so that x2, y2, z2 is equal to 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0 minus 1 into x1, y1, z1. This we keep it as a equation number 4, representation as 4. From representation 4, sigma xy matrix, because you are taking a reflection along the xy plane. So sigma xy matrix is equal to 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0 minus 1. Similarly, if you take the reflection plane along the yz, so there is a changes in the x direction. If you take a yz, if you keep it the reflection plane on the yz, there is a changes in the x coordinate system. So that will be negative minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. If you taking the in the xy plane, reflection plane is along the xy plane, then sigma zx or xz is equal to, there is a changes in the y direction. There is a changes in the y direction, that is in the negative side. 1, 0, 0, 0 minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So like this you can derive the matrix notation for all the reflection planes. Okay. So these are the matrix notation for the reflection, that is also called the sigma matrix. You can also consider. So next we will go for the third one. So third one you can go for the I matrix. You can derive the matrix notation for the inversion operation. Okay. So I matrix. We know that means I matrix means we can, what is inversion operation? That means how to take a inversion. If you take the inversion, through the center of gravity of the molecule, there is a changes in all the coordinates x, y and the z coordinates. So that you have to mark and then you have to generate the matrix notation. Consider a point P with initial coordinate x1, y1, z1. Okay. Now you do the inversion operation, taking inversion operation. This is the initial coordinates of the point P, and the point P coordinates will be changes to x2, y2, z2 after the inversion operation. This is the final changes. Mark the final changes. As I told, inversion is taking through the center of the gravity of the molecule, and there is a changes in all the direction, x, y and the z direction. So hence the x2 become minus x1, y2 become minus y1 and z2 become minus z1. So x2 is equal to minus x1, y2 is equal to minus y1, z2 is equal to minus z1. This you write it in the form of equation. X2 is equal to minus 1 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus 0 into z1. Y2 is equal to 0 into x1 plus minus 1 into y1 plus 0 into z1. Z2 is equal to 0 into x1 plus 0 into y1 plus minus 1 into z1. Okay, this you keep it as equation 1, 2, 3 and write it in the form of matrix representation x2, y2, z2, that is matrix multiplication. So is equal to minus 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1 into x1, y1, z1. If you do the multiplication of this one, you will get these equations. This is representation 4. From this representation, I matrix is represented as minus 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1. So that means you can also represent the I inversion operation through this matrix notation. In terms of matrix, you can represent the symmetry elements. Okay, thank you. So now further I will continue with the matrix notation for the proper rotational axis as well as the improper rotational axis.